feel if your child was diagnosed with something similar to polio, measles, rubella, or even smallpox, knowing that if you had chose to have your child vaccinated at an early age, it would have helped in preventing these illnesses. As a parent, wouldn't you want your child as healthy as possible before they even enter the world? Hello, my name is Kennedy Meditz, and as some of you may have noticed, there is a large anti-vaccination movement happening. And I'm going to talk to you about the importance of vaccinations when it comes to the safety of your children and everyone that they come in contact with. Now let's begin. First, let's talk about the possible outcomes when choosing not to have your child vaccinated. When choosing not to vaccinate your child, you are also putting other people at risk because special groups of people cannot get vaccinated, including those with compromised immune systems. These people rely on the general public to be vaccinated to reduce their risk of exposure. As stated in the article titled The Harm of Skipping Vaccinations or Delaying. In California alone, 3.3% of kindergartners were allowed to skip vaccinations altogether. Even though some states allow you to have the choice to skip vaccinations either due to religious views or even philosophical views, it is not a bright idea because it will raise your child's chances of contracting viruses such as measles, rubella, or even whooping cough. Now that I have explained to you the effects of not being vaccinated, we are going to move on to the pros of choosing to have your child immunized. For most of the country, each state has roughly 90 to 95% of the children up to date on their vaccinations. In fact, immunizations have helped children stay healthy for more than 50 years. As you can see on this chart, the amount of deaths had gone down when the popularity of vaccinations had risen. And the side effects are no more common than those from other types of medications such as antibiotics, which would be your amoxicillin, fever reducers, which would be your ibuprofen, or even pain relievers such as Tylenol. As found in the article, Why Immunize Your Child? In conclusion, remember that when you are choosing whether or not to have your child vaccinated, it is a very important part of your child's life. They help prevent deadly viruses such as measles, smallpox, and whooping cough. Choosing not to vaccinate will not only place your child in danger, but all of the children that they come in contact with. When making the decision to have your child receive their vaccinations, take into consideration that today nearly 1.5 million children die every year because they were not vaccinated due to the choices by their parents. The thought of losing your child due to something you could have helped prevent would be devastating, especially if it was something as little as receiving a vaccination. Thank you for letting me inform you about the importance of vaccinations, and I hope this has changed your view if you were deciding to not have your child vaccinated. I don't know how long it was. Was it at least 5 minutes?